A new era of assertiveness. China's military actions raise concerns. China's military has become increasingly active, raising concerns among its neighbors and the international community. From the Taiwan Strait to the South China Sea, China's military exercises and deployments have become more frequent and bolder. One area of particular concern is the Taiwan Strait, where China has significantly intensified its military activities. Chinese warships and fighter jets routinely cross the median line, a de facto maritime boundary separating mainland China and Taiwan. These incursions are widely seen as attempts to intimidate Taiwan and erode its defenses. Beyond the Taiwan Strait, China's military is also projecting its power further afield. The recent appearance of Chinese warships near Alaska underscores China's growing global reach and ambition. The potential for miscalculation and escalation is real, particularly in the context of territorial disputes and historical rivalries. Taiwan on high alert. Chinese military aircraft spark tensions. Taiwan's defense forces were put on high alert following a large-scale incursion by Chinese military aircraft into the island's air defense identification zone. Taiwanese authorities responded by scrambling their own fighter jets, activating air defense systems and issuing warnings to the Chinese aircraft. The Chinese military aircraft, including J-16 fighter jets and H-6 bombers, flew in various formations across the median line of the Taiwan Strait. The incident has drawn condemnation from Taiwan's allies, including the United States, which has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting Taiwan's self-defense capabilities. Taiwan has condemned the incursion as a provocative act of aggression and a threat to regional peace and stability. Despite the growing military imbalance, Taiwan remains determined to maintain its democratic way of life and resist any attempts at coercion or intimidation from Beijing. Beijing's response: assertions of sovereignty and territorial integrity. In response to international concern over its recent military activities near Taiwan, China has defended its actions as necessary to safeguard its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Beijing maintains that Taiwan is an integral part of China and that any actions taken in the region are within its sovereign rights. Chinese officials have accused Taiwan's ruling Democratic Progressive Party of provoking tensions by pursuing pro-independence policies. China has repeatedly warned foreign governments against providing support for Taiwan's independence or engaging in activities that undermine its One China principle. The United States, while officially adhering to the One China policy, has provided Taiwan with significant military support and has expressed concerns over China's increasingly aggressive actions in the region. The Taiwan issue remains a potential flashpoint in the Asia-Pacific region, and its resolution will require careful diplomacy, dialogue, and a commitment to peace and stability. The Taiwan dilemma: navigating the risks of conflict. Tensions in the Taiwan Strait highlight the risk of conflict between China, Taiwan, and the United States. For China, reunification with Taiwan is a core national interest. A military invasion would be risky and costly. Taiwan is determined to maintain its independence and democracy. The US aims to maintain peace in the Taiwan Strait. Balancing deterrence, diplomacy, and peace is crucial. Section 5. Holding the line. Taiwan's Coast Guard confronts Chinese incursions. Taiwan's Coast Guard faces a constant and growing challenge from Chinese vessels encroaching on its territorial waters. These incursions, often involving fishing boats but also including Chinese Coast Guard vessels, are part of a broader strategy of pressure and attrition aimed at wearing down Taiwan's defenses. Taiwan's Coast Guard has reported a significant increase in the number of Chinese vessels operating illegally in its waters, particularly around the islands of Kinmen and Matsu. Coast Guard vessels regularly patrol Taiwan's waters, monitoring Chinese activity and responding to any provocations. Their efforts are a testament to Taiwan's determination to resist Chinese pressure and maintain its way of life. Section 6. A show of force. Chinese warships appear near Alaska. The United States Coast Guard recently reported the presence of Chinese warships operating off the coast of Alaska. While the Chinese vessels were reportedly operating in international waters, their appearance so close to US territory is a clear signal of China's growing naval reach and ambition. The United States has responded to the presence of Chinese warships near Alaska with a combination of monitoring and diplomatic protests. U.S. Coast Guard vessels and aircraft have been tracking the movements of the Chinese ships, while U.S. officials have expressed concern to their Chinese counterparts. The incident serves as a wake-up call for the United States and its allies, underscoring the need to adapt to a changing geopolitical landscape and to strengthen their own military capabilities. Section 7. China's naval ambitions a challenge to U.S. dominance? China's rapid naval expansion in recent years has raised concerns about its intentions and the potential challenges it poses to the United States' long-standing naval dominance. With its growing fleet of warships, submarines, and aircraft carriers, China is increasingly capable of projecting power far beyond its shores. This expansion of naval capabilities has significant implications for regional security and the global balance of power. China's development of advanced naval technologies, including anti-ship ballistic missiles and hypersonic weapons, could challenge the US Navy's traditional technological edge. The implications of China's growing naval power are significant, potentially leading to increased tensions and competition in the Asia-Pacific region. Section 8. Dependence and vulnerability. The U.S. military's reliance on Chinese semiconductors. The U.S. military's reliance on Chinese-made semiconductors has emerged as a significant vulnerability in an era of heightened tensions between the two superpowers. Semiconductors, the essential building blocks of modern electronics, are ubiquitous in military equipment, from fighter jets and missiles to communication systems and drones. The U.S. military's dependence on Chinese suppliers for these critical components raises concerns about potential disruptions, espionage, and even sabotage. One concern is that China could restrict or cut off the supply of semiconductors to the U.S. military, disrupting the production and maintenance of critical equipment. To address this vulnerability, the United States is taking steps to reduce its reliance on Chinese-made semiconductors. However, decoupling from China's vast and sophisticated semiconductor industry will be a complex and long-term undertaking, requiring significant investment and international cooperation. Section 9. NATO stands with Ukraine, a promise of support and the risk of escalation. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has brought renewed attention to the role of NATO and the potential for escalation involving nuclear-armed powers. NATO's unwavering support for Ukraine, while crucial for deterring further Russian aggression, also carries the risk of widening the conflict and drawing the alliance into a direct confrontation with Russia. NATO has provided Ukraine with significant military and financial aid, including weapons systems, intelligence sharing, and training for Ukrainian forces. However, NATO has been cautious about direct military intervention in Ukraine, as this would risk a direct conflict with Russia, a nuclear-armed power. Russia views NATO's support for Ukraine as a direct threat to its security interests, and has threatened to respond with military technical measures if NATO continues to provide Ukraine with weapons. Section 10. The road ahead. Navigating uncertainty and the importance of dialogue. The current geopolitical landscape is marked by uncertainty and complexity. Navigating these challenges requires a clear-eyed assessment of the risks and a commitment to diplomacy. Preventing rivalry from spiraling into conflict requires open lines of communication and cooperation. By embracing diplomacy and strengthening alliances, we can build a more peaceful and prosperous future.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.